Hello my friends, welcome back to my second channel. It is your girl Haley Jean. It is a new month, which means it is time for a new TBR video. For January, I decided to let my subscribers choose the books that I read, mostly because I want to film a video this month where I read some of your favorite books from last year. And so I started by making a post on my Instagram asking for your favorite books of the year, and then I compiled them into different polls. So if you want to see what books that I will hopefully be reading this month, then go ahead and keep on watching. But first, I just want to quickly give a special thank you to today's sponsor, Pair Eyewear. Pair Eyewear has been an absolute game changer for a glasses girly like myself. I've grown up wearing glasses my entire life, and long gone are the days where you need to buy a clear pair, a tortoise pair, a sunglasses pair, all the different pairs. Pair Eyewear offers top quality, customizable prescription and blue light glasses that fit every style. Pair Eyewear simplifies the game by having tons of customizable top frames that you can add to your base frame. If you've watched me for a while, then you know that I love Pair Eyewear. I've been working with them pretty consistently now. I'm always wearing my Reese base frame in the clear style. These are like my go-to everyday glasses. I've always loved a clear frame. I just think they match with any kind of look, and I've accumulated so many different top frames. Probably my number one favorite is the Tortoise Sun top that instantly transforms these into sunglasses. I use these all the time when I'm leaving the house, driving. I also love this Burgundy top for the winter. I think it's a really trendy color. And of course, my most used, the traditional tortoise topper. If you are in the market for some new glasses, I highly recommend checking out Pair Eyewear. You can click the link in the description box below to get 15% off your first pair. I want to thank Pair Eyewear for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into the January TBR. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I am testing out my new camera today, so fingers crossed that the audio sounds all right. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's talk about the books that I'm going to be reading in January, starting with my January book club pick. I run a ASMR romance book club through my Patreon. Each month we read a new romance book, and for January my patron members voted on One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This is a new adult gothic romantasy, and I am about halfway through currently, and I'm really enjoying it. But I'm actually killing two birds with one stone, if you will, by reading this, because this is also one of your favorite books of 2024. So I'm also going to be including this in that reading vlog, so definitely stay tuned for that. But if you want a full spoiler review, join the Patreon and come read it with us. There is a chance I might go and pick up the second book. It is a duology, so maybe I'll just want to finish it and get it all done. We shall see. I believe the second one is called Two Twisted Crowns. I just don't own it yet. But that is the first book on my January TBR. Next, let's move on to the polls that I posted on my Instagram story. So make sure you follow me on Instagram if you want to be included in a future video like this. I'm always doing my polls or questions through my Instagram story. So I compiled a list of a bunch of your favorite reads from 2024 that I got from my Instagram story, and then I pit 3 different sets of books against each other for you to decide. The first 2 books that I pitted against each other are both contemporary romances. First, we have Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. This is a young adult rugby emotional sports romance. I tried reading this last year. I couldn't really get into it, but so many of you love this series and want me to read it, and it was quite a few of your favorite books of 2024. So this was option number 1 in the poll. And then for option number 2, I had to go with Play Along by Liz Tomford. This is the newest book in her Windy City series. So many of you also have been begging me to read this book. I loved the first 2 books in the series, didn't love Caught Up, but so many of you have said that you think I will really enjoy this one. Several people said it was their favorite book of last year. So I posted a poll between Binding 13 and Play Along on my story, and pretty much the entire time that the poll was up on my Instagram, they were neck and neck. At some point, Binding 13 was winning, at other points, Play Along was winning, but they were very, very close, almost 50-50 the entire time. After 24 hours, it ended up with Play Along winning with 53%. So I'm definitely going to be reading Play Along for the favorite books of 2024 reading vlog. Definitely stay tuned for that. I've also started this. I'm about 20% in, and I am enjoying it. But because so many of you did vote for Binding 13 and it was really, really close. I am going to put this on my January TBR as well. I don't think I'm going to include it in the favorite books video reading vlog that I'm doing, but I'm going to put it on the TBR nonetheless. Thank you so much for voting. Both of these onto the TBR we go. Moving on to the next poll that I did, the first option that I put on this poll is Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. This is her newest release and I have been itching to read this ever since I got my hands on this copy. I'm a Sally Rooney girly, if you know, you know. I'm matching this book. I'm obsessed with that. Quite a few of you said that it was your favorite read of 2024, so naturally I wanted to put it up and see how it would do against a book that I actually don't have a copy of. That is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. This is a book that so many of you love. I'm not typically a sci-fi girly, but I feel like everyone loves this book, even if you don't typically read sci-fi. So it definitely intrigued me, and so I put it up against Intermezzo on my story. And I probably shouldn't have been surprised, but Sally Rooney sweeped with 65% of the vote. I do want to read Project Hail Mary at some point. It's definitely on my TBR in the distant future, but for January, I'm actually kind of happy that I get to sink my teeth into Intermezzo. Again, stay tuned for the reading vlog, and let's keep going. Now, the last poll that I put up on my story is not for a reading vlog. These are just two different fantasy series that I've been really wanting to start that I want to get to sometime in 2025. So I asked you on my Instagram which series I should start between Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. This is the only Sarah J. Maas series that I have not read yet. I need to get into it. I've had it on my shelves for far too long, and I really, really want to listen to the dramatized audiobooks. I've heard that they are fantastic, so very excited about that. Or City of Bones by Miss Cassandra Clare. In 2024, I began my Cassandra Clare journey. I started The Infernal Devices, and so many of you said that I should continue with The Mortal Instruments. So I posted a poll earlier this morning asking you which one I should start. Let's go see what the results are. Okay, pretty close. We have 57% City of Bones and 43% Crescent City. So I'm gonna go with what you say. I'm going to put City of Bones on my January TBR. Very excited to continue in the Shadowhunters world. Crescent City, I'll come back for you. Don't you worry. Okay, here are all the books on my January TBR. Looking very promising, very excited to get to reading this month. And thank you again to any of you who voted on the polls and helped me choose my reads. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, comment a blue heart emoji to kind of match the vibe that we've got going on today. And don't forget to check out Pair Eyewear in the description box below. Get 15% off, let them know that I sent you, and hopefully you'll like and subscribe to stay tuned for more videos. I upload every single week. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Bye!